You can list a myriad of things that uplift the spirit. Generosity and kindness, poetry, music, theatre, a powerful film, natural phenomena like a mountain vista, a sunrise or sunset, standing on a headland with the ocean raging below. For me, any or all of those can be spiritually uplifting, but being in a boat or kayak fishing at dawn is incomparably good for my metaphorical soul. Now a digression. So our PM tells the story to a gathering of the religious faithful of his asking for a sign from God while walking through an art gallery. Quote, "So you ask God where is he, and indicate fervently that you'd like a reminder of his presence." Unquote. And then up pops a big picture of a soaring eagle, which was God's message loudly saying, "You must have a run at the Prime Minister position." Whoa. What if the picture had been of an image of a free market vulture feeding on the entrails of the poor, marginalised and dispossessed? But, thinking of the eagle, I wonder what sort of eagle it was. A white-bellied sea eagle, which could relate to those biblical references to a fisher of men. Note that it was always men in the Bible. In the Bible, God didn't seem terribly interested in talking to women that much. Too busy in the kitchen and taking care of the kids, I guess. And a woman's bird would probably not have been as grandiose in proportions as that of an eagle. It would be diminutive, like an azure kingfisher. Perhaps, though, the eagle that the PM saw was an American eagle. I mean to say, we do act like a vassal state of the US, so that would confirm God's commitment to us being the 51st state of the US. And we are America's military handbag, the first thing America grabs when heading out the door to war. And of this godly eagle portrait, what sort of taste does God actually have in art? Landscapes? Cubism? Abstracts? And what if he chooses Monet's and you don't like a Monet painting? And I wonder, does he have a criteria for selecting inspirational art that's going to be a message to one of his followers? That is, one of his followers who is seeking inspiration, or the answer to a pressing question in their life? And how does the faithful know which painting is God's instructional painting from all of the paintings that they see? I'm serious. How the hell, pardon the pun, does spotting God's messages actually work? Yes, I understand only a devotee or true believer can see the messages because they have, what? A bell rings in their head to say there is an incoming message in the God box? Or they have turned on a God radar? Or maybe even they hear God's voice inside their head? I don't know. Do you have to hear voices to be truly faithful?
You again. Yeah, I'm him. Wow, it's tiny in here and full of junk and rubbish.
And what of the authenticity of the message? How is that verified? For what if it was actually Buddha or Kali or some other deity who put the painting there, and the devotee picked the wrong God as messaging them? This whole God sent me a message scenario in the modern age of emails, Twitter, texting, etc. is surely a true can of devotional worms. Perhaps all the dark, black and death metal bands of the world are right. Satan is sending messages to us through crap satanic t-shirts. But does Satan go fishing? For many of us were unquestioningly taught the Bible's reference to fisher of men and fishing boats on the Sea of Galilee. But are there any references to Beelzebub getting out there and flicking a few soft plastics around? I can't imagine pure evil would see the worth in fishing, as it hardly represents a pathway to world domination or planetary destruction and the demise of all humanity. On the other hand, burning coal and gas and thus contributing to global warming is a different matter. Surely the board of a major mining corporation is a far more value for money approach to planetary destruction and a best fit scenario for the Prince of Darkness. But hang on, why would he destroy the planet if, as the Bible proclaims, it results in the second coming? Surely that is a big win for the other team. It kind of suggests that Satan is a bit of a dummy being played by the alleged forces of light and goodness. He seriously needs to think about a rebrand and a different approach. Maybe join the Save the Planet movement to stop the imminent second coming and a messianic return. Oh, religious political marketing, it's all too confusing. The so-called good guys want the end of the world so they can have rapture. Now, if they all went recreational fishing, then they would attain a deeper, more profound understanding of the natural world and find meaningful lives rather than self-aggrandizing, destructive daydreams of some imaginary better life that occurs through some harebrained concoction called rapture, which leads to global death. To fish is to be. I fish, therefore I am.